Rust Life. I'm Julia Bronner, and today I want to talk about the old mill. What this is an abandoned building that my husband and I bought. We're planning on moving our business into it, but first it needs a complete renovation. It was originally built by the Larrabees in 1908 to be the Larrabee Flour Mill, the only flour mill in the United States to use the German milling process. The Larrabees had a fear of fire. They had owned other mills that had suffered to fire, so they made a decision to make this place as fireproof as possible. And it seemed to have worked. The entire place is made of brick and steel reinforced concrete, and when they poured the concrete roof on top, it was the first concrete roof ever to be poured in the small city of Hutchinson. And throughout the years, it has had several fires inside, but none of them have ever damaged this place. So we're pretty proud to own the place. We love its history. It was used as the Larrabee flour mill to make Larrabee's finest flour all the way up into the late 20s, early 30s, where they merged with several other flour mills in the country and became the Commander Larrabee. And then after that, once newer, more efficient and larger flour mills became more popular, the entire operation moved north and left this building vacant. Since then, it's been owned by several different companies that have used it for storage of various things. The most recent being a company that was using it for pallet wood. However, several thefts and the destruction of the elevator made it no longer a desired space to be used as storage, so the building has been abandoned for almost 20 years now, until we came along. So one of the first things we did is hire day grading to come in and remove all of the overgrown brush and trees that were against the north side of the building. We needed that cleared off. One of the challenges with this building is the front office is at ground level, but the whole rest of the entire building is all dock high, which means the floors are about 3 foot off the ground. Great if you're running semis full of flour in and out of the place. Not great if you're a car lot or a metal fab shop and you need to be able to drive into the building. So we knew right off the bat we were going to need to put in a ramp. So that's when we hired Bud Day of Day Grading to come in and remove all the trees and brush on the north side of the building and build us a ramp to get into the one garage door on that side. The next thing for priority for us was to get the building cleaned out so that we could see what kind of space we were working with. So we demoed all the space from all the different businesses that had been running in the place, got all of their temporary walls and drop ceilings and all that kind of stuff moved out so that we could look at the space. And in that time frame, we had gotten broken into, I think maybe 3 times. So we decided the next thing that was going to be most important would be to make the building more secure. Now, it had a lot of doors and windows on the back of the building, primarily doors to go to the railroad tracks that are out there, convenient for loading box cars, not something we need for a car lot or a metal fab shop. So we concrete blocked those in, did some other repairs and changes, cut down the fire escape outside, made the place a little bit more secure, but still not 100%. So next I can talk about what we're going to do with this space. A lot of people suggest that we make this into residential, which is easy to see with the bright lights, the big open space, the tall ceilings, and the beautiful view of the town. However, as you can hear, there's train tracks right outside of this building, and they run day and night all the time. That one was impressive. So it's just really not desirable for a residential space. Besides the fact that the only plumbing in the place is on the one corner of the first floor. And the expense to bring plumbing up to all floors, make all floors code compliant. Obviously, we don't have a working elevator. The only stairs in the place are some concrete steps on one side of the building, and they passed code in 1908. They would not pass code in what is desirable for residential staircases in today's world. It doesn't fit with what we were thinking immediately when we bought the place anyway, so we're okay with that. But it is beautiful views, and it would make a nice place to live if it wasn't for the train tracks, the sketchy neighborhood, or the cost involved in making it that. So we made the decision that electricity is important, so much so that it was our very next step. So we called the power company and asked them to come out and see what it would take to turn us on. Turns out the old way of getting into the building isn't the way that they do it anymore. That wasn't going to be code compliant. So engineers got involved. It's a commercial property inside city limits, so there was no self-contracting or doing any work ourselves. So we had to hire an electrician who had to hire an engineer. The power company had to hire their own engineer. Permits had to be pulled with the city. And if you're seeing dollar signs flying everywhere, we were too, but nothing that we weren't expecting. So just is what it is. It's the cost of doing business. But we finally were able to get plans together. Turns out now power has to be brought underground from the utility pole to a commercial building. It all has to be run underground, which meant that we had to find a trenching company. Electrician is not a trenching company, so we had to get two different contractors on the same page to come out and do the work. That's happening today, so let's check it out and see what that's all about.
John Kipp with Kipp Electric. This is my daughter Katie. So we'll do a meter can here. Come out of the meter can, 90 up, plug me in right into that panel. And all I can do is slap the pan on.
Cool.
So yeah, we got this beautiful box. Now all we got to do is wait for the city to come in and inspect it, make sure that it's all compliant, and then we can call the power company back out. The city will let the power company know that we're good to go, and we should have power by the end of next week. So I'm going to give you links here and here to some of the videos that I've already done in case you haven't seen any of those yet. Be sure to check those out. It goes a little bit more detail, some of the stuff that I just kind of skimmed over today. And now that we've got power on in the building, we should be able to do a lot more renovations. Things will be happening, so stay tuned to all of that happening in the near future. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.